Hey Coven, welcome back to Romantasy and Routine. I'm Guinevere Atlas. We're filming today from the sunlit Gothic greenhouse in NYC, a celestial sanctuary for our mission to conserve the inner ecosystems of highly sensitive readers. I want to talk about being 10 years old. I had just transitioned out of IEP classes, low isolation of existing in a space that was not built for a neurodivergent brain. To survive there, you mask, you suppress yourself to blend in. The exhaustion of that performance leaves you stuck in a paradox, feeling like your emotions are too much for the room, while you yourself are not enough for the standard. When the physical world fails to make room for a neurodivergent child, fiction becomes the accessible sanctuary for emotional survival. Katherine Paterson wrote the book that healed me before I had the language for what was broken. Bridge to Terabithia is a foundational text for anyone who has ever felt unseen. Jesse Aarons is an artist, suffocating under his family's rigid expectations of masculinity. He hides his inner universe just to get through the day-to-day. Then Leslie Burke moves in. She is a fearless, imaginative anomaly. She disrupts Jesse's isolation without an ounce of judgment. You can see the shift here. Jesse's midnight cosmos, heavy and lonely, is pierced by Leslie's moonlit gold. She brings a warm, illuminating energy that changes his entire atmosphere. This story maps how a neurodivergent child finds an emotional anchor in a world that demands conformity. Jesse and Leslie create Terabithia in the woods. They're establishing a protected ecosystem where their imaginations can finally breathe. This is a low-demand, safe space. Leslie acts as a mirror for Jesse. She validates his inner world rather than requiring him to perform a neurotypical mask. Their kingdom functions like an architectural sanctuary. Much like these heavy stone walls protect the art inside, Terabithia protects their vulnerable traits from being consumed by the society outside. Relationships that require zero performance are rare. Katherine Paterson modeled the exact emotional safety a child might be missing in their daily reality. Finding this unconditional validation is a highly sensitive child's defense against internalizing the world's rejection. Then the narrative snaps. Leslie drowns while trying to cross into their kingdom alone during a storm. Jesse's only safe space is shattered. This is a complex grief. Jesse loses his friend, and with her, the single person who anchored his neurodivergent reality. In the aftermath, Jesse's father, a man who has been distant for the whole book, sits with his son. He drops his rigid expectations and simply holds him. There is psychological relief in this moment. The parent who alienated Jesse finally sees him, acknowledging the weight of his pain. Healing for the invisible child begins when the external world acknowledges their internal loss. After the tragedy, Jesse returns to the woods with his little sister, Maybelle. The original rope swing was Leslie's magic, risky, requiring a specific bravery, an exclusive path across the gap. But Jesse builds a wooden bridge. He transforms the validation she gave him into a stable, physical structure for someone else. This is accommodation. He makes the kingdom accessible so the next person doesn't have to risk a fall to experience it. The goal of neurodivergent healing is building a bridge so the next child can cross safely. The legacy of this novel is what we strive for here, building modern bridges for Gen Z neurodivergent youth. You can build your own celestial Gothic book club starting now. Find a physical safe space, a quiet library corner, or a physical sanctuary like a greenhouse. Invite the Leslies in your life who don't require you to mask. Select literature that provides a sanctuary for your group's emotional world. Comment below. Which fictional world served as your personal Terabithia when you felt completely unseen? Literature is a conserved ecosystem for the soul. I'm Guinevere Atlas. Let yourself feel held by the book, and I'll see you in the next one.